All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get started on your notes from last Friday. So that is 2.3, your measuring lengths and angles. You are going to finish up problem 2, and then we're going to finish up all the other problems that we have not done. A couple of classes did more problems than others, so we're going to start with number 2 on the front side, then we'll flip it over onto the back. So feel free to pause this video at any time so that you can work ahead or go back and rewatch it. I am going to be moving rather quickly, okay? So number 2, in the diagram below, angle DAB and angle DAC are adjacent angles. They're neighbors. If measure of angle DAC is 25, what is the measure of angle DAB in degrees? So here we're going to look at DAC, angle DAC, that's this guy, DAC. It tells me it is 25 degrees. So, and I want to figure out what DAB is. Well, DAB is this guy right here. DAB, it's this guy, and it gives me an expression. So with DAC being 25, I want to figure out the other side. Well, DAC is x minus 20, and it equals 25 degrees. This is an equation that we can solve. We can add 20 to both sides, and we get x equals 45. Now, if I want to find angle DAB, I'm going to take this 45 and plug it in to this angle measure. So the measure of angle DAB equals 2 times 45 minus 10. 2 times 45 is 90, minus 10 is 80. So measure of angle DAB is 80. So that's this guy right here. Now if I want to know, well, what is the measure of angle BAC? BAC is all of this. So I would include both of the angles together. So that means BAC is 80 plus 25, which is 105 degrees. That is measure angle BAC. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Let's do our next one that we missed. We skipped out on number 4, so let's go ahead and do number 4. The measure of angle JKL is 169x plus 1. The measure of JKD equals 50 degrees, and the measure of angle DKL equals 120x. We want to find the measure of DKL. So let's go ahead and start. Let's plug in some things that we know. We know that JKL, so that's this guy, JKL. So all of this is 169x plus 1. We also know that JKD is 50 degrees. We also know that this other side right here, DKL, oh, I didn't change colors. There we go. DKL is 120x. So I can set up an equation. Maybe try and see if you can do it. But we have a total. This guy right here is my total. This guy, my total. So 169x plus 1. And this total equals the other side, or the others that are inside the, not the inequality, the angle. So we've got 50 plus 120x and that equals the total angle. So let's go ahead and solve this guy out. I'm going to subtract 169x. I have 50 minus 49x equals 1. Then I'm going to subtract 50 from both sides. Negative 49x equals negative 49. Divide by negative 49. And we get x equals 1. Now remember, sometimes the questions ask you for what is x. So we just found what is x. And sometimes they ask for what is the angle measure. So we're looking for the angle measure of DKL. Well, DKL is this guy right here. And that was 120x. So I'm going to plug in 120 times 1. So the measure of angle DKL is 120. Yay! All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. You can flip over your page. Actually, you're already on the back. So let's do those last two problems. All right, let's move this over. Okay, so we started this one in every class. Number 1, in the figure below, find x. So remember, this time we're looking for x. If measure angle DFE equals 31x, measure angle GFD equals 22, and if measure angle GFE is 35x plus 2. So I've already set this up. The whole thing is 35x plus 2, and then the two angles in the inside are 31x plus 22. All that's left to do is to solve this guy. So I'm going to subtract 35x from both sides. Negative 4x plus 22 equals 2. Minus 22. Negative 4x equals negative 20. Divide by negative 4. And I get x equals 5. Now remember, that's all they wanted. They wanted us to find x. That was it. So this is my answer. Let's go ahead and look at number 2. In the figure below, find x. So again, they want us to find x. If measure of angle VUT, so that means this whole thing is 154. And the measure of angle VUY is 12x minus 2. And if the measure of angle YUT is 9x plus 2. So we've got our total. Our total was 154, right? And that's going to equal the two angles added together. So our 9x plus 2 plus our 12x minus 2. Let's go ahead and combine those like terms. 9x plus 12x. 9 plus 12 is 21x. 2 minus 2 is 0, so it's just going to stay. Next, I've got to divide by 21. And I'm going to get x equals, I believe it's 7.3 or 22 thirds. I'm going to double check that. Always double check. Yep, 7.3 or 22 thirds. All right, we're at the end, so make sure you are working on these Delta Math questions. Make sure you finish up your weekly assignments, get that late work in, and then tomorrow you do have a quiz. Bye, guys.